Monday saw the launch ceremony of the 2019 Year of Tourism for China and Pacific Island countries. Chinese President Xi Jinping extended congratulations to the event, which was held in Apia, the capital of Samoa, calling for closer cultural and personnel exchanges. In the congratulatory message, Xi noted that China and Pacific Island countries have a time-honored tradition of friendly exchanges. They are good friends who treat each other with sincerity and mutual respect, good partners who work together to pursue common development and win-win cooperation, and good brothers who understand and learn from each other. The Chinese president added that they set a model for all countries treating each other as equals regardless of their sizes. She also recalled last November's collective meeting in Papua New Guinea, where he and leaders of Pacific Island countries agreed to elevate their countries' relations to a comprehensive strategic partnership featuring mutual respect and common development. The Chinese president emphasized that the tourism year is an important consensus he reached with leaders of Pacific Island countries at their PNG meeting. She expressed hope that the two sides can seize the opportunity to expand cultural and personnel exchanges and boost practical cooperation so as to bring more benefits to the people of both sides.
A trip postponed and shortened following terror attacks last month in her native New Zealand. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern was welcomed by Chinese Premier Li Keqiang Monday at the Great Hall of People. Originally planned as a 3-day trip to Beijing, Ardern trimmed it into one. Premier Li rendered his condolences to victims as their bilateral talks began. Li says China values its relationship with New Zealand.
We should improve our mutual political trust, increase people-to-people exchanges, and seek the greatest common divisor in ties based on equality and mutual respect.
Ardern says New Zealand is proud of its relations with China, including the free trade agreement signed in 2008.
I did, though, want to visit Beijing at this time to underline the importance that we place on our relationship with China. It is one of our most important and far-reaching relationships.
Following Monday's meeting, 4 agreements were signed as the two governments agreed to avoid double taxation, increase agricultural cooperation, and carry out more financial talks and scientific research projects. China is now New Zealand's largest trading partner and second largest source of foreign tourists. The 2019 China-New Zealand Year of Tourism opened Saturday in Wellington. Ardern is visiting China for the first time since taking office in 2017. Premier Li says China hopes both countries can provide convenient and transparent environment for companies investing in each other. Analysts say New Zealand's approach in dealing with China is wiser and more pragmatic than other Western countries because it doesn't let differences interrupt normal communication and exchanges.
BMW is among the first to announce a full-range price cut, 2 to 3% in most cases, in response to China's value-added tax change. Car shopper Huang Yi says the adjustment is giving her a bit more nudge to finally make up her mind.
It's definitely good news. We have a budget of around 400,000 yen and have been looking for a new car since last May. The more money we save, the better the car will get in the end.
She hasn't yet checked out her ideal car, though. Salesperson Li Chenggeng says the clients are likely to hold out for even longer in the face of such favorable policies.
Many have called to inquire about the change, but we don't see an immediate change in purchase or intentions. Customers may expect even more.
Mercedes-Benz, Volvo, Lexus, Jaguar have also announced plans to cut also mostly 2 to 3% of original suggested prices. Experts say this will boost sales. After 8 consecutive months of sales declines, spring may bring new life. The market may react, but Cui Dongshu of China Passenger Car Association says the benefits will still be better felt in the long run.
In the short term, there might be a small uptick in car sales, but real drive will come from an improving overall environment. For example, with value-added tax cuts and the upcoming cut-down of companies' social insurance payment. When consumers have more money on their hand, the market will liven up.
He also says it's unlikely for entry-level vehicles to follow suit on the price drop.
Foreign brands and high-end cars have led this round of price drops because they have a price structure that benefits more from the value-added tax cut, and they have bigger profit margins. For entry-level vehicles, they probably don't have the room.
So he expects China's overall auto market to pick up by the second half of 2019.
Sutino, known as Kinong, has pioneered the concept of mobile libraries in Jakarta. Kinong began his career as a bemo driver in the 1980s, a common and now iconic public transport in Indonesia. But in 2017, the government decided to ban its operations in Jakarta. That immediately put Kinong out of a job, until a few years ago when he decided to modify one of his old bemos for a good cause.
When I first started, I never imagined I could inspire that many children. But after a few years of driving around, I began to see the positive benefits. I thought, I'm nearing retirement anyway. It's my responsibility to be a good human being and help others.
Kinong began spreading his love for books and reading in 2013, often driving around for hours in narrow alleys with his stash of books behind him.
In 2016, a research showed that Indonesia ranks second last in reading interest. This shows that the government and local communities need to come together to create effective programs to make reading a cultural habit.
In the past couple of years, communities have set up movements that helps to expose the younger generation to the importance of reading. One of them is Indonesia Mengajar, which translates to Indonesia Teaches. The organization sends educated youth to teach young children in remote areas across Indonesia.
Our challenge is how to instill an interest in reading in children during the age of technology. We believe it is important that our volunteers teach children to understand the importance of learning. From what we have seen, Indonesia's education system is moving in a positive direction, and we are grateful for that.
Kinong's interest in books is already beginning to transform the lives of the children he meets on a daily basis. His great determination to help educate the children of the country has taken him to places he never thought possible.
Nihonbashi's unique take on Japan's famed cherry blossoms mixes tradition with modern components. This make-believe cherry blossom tree was meticulously assembled leaf by leaf with over 100,000 LED lights. It stands at 8 meters tall. And this 16-meter sakura carpet has sensors that react to movements of passers-by, creating a display of light and sound that makes visitors feel as if they are immersed in flowers. Thanks to more than 100 lights decorated with cherry blossoms, Nihonbashi has been transformed into a flowery wonderland.
The tree is marvelous, which makes for a beautiful night scene.
Cherry blossoms can bring more foreign tourists to our country, improving their understanding of our country.
Some rental houses have been revamped by being decorated with cherry blossom branches indoors. This place, for example, is available for 5,000 Japanese yen, or about 300 yuan per hour. A company holds welcome parties for new employees here.
Many women and children's gatherings rent our houses for the convenience of appreciating the flower. We figure we might provide house renting services during the upcoming Tokyo Olympics.
Chinese tourists have been a primary force during Japan's cherry blossom season. More than 3,000 products related to the appreciation of cherry blossoms have been offered by Chinese tourist agencies. There are also luxury cruises to Japan during the cherry blossom season. It is expected that about 1 million Chinese tourists will go to Japan to look at the flowers and spend about 10 billion yuan.